trying to find a really good. This is a pretty good. Yeah, this is a serial killer right now.
If somebody can take a screenshot of Savannah biting her finger sexily.
No. I'm thinking.
I would also prefer that screenshot.
No. God damn it.
And if somebody could take a screenshot of Savannah playfully playing it with her hair, that would be great.
Oh man, I was just trying to hide. It's my paper bag.
All right. So, guys, here we are. We're running late tonight. We talked a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, Tokyo Ghost.
Here we go. Ox, you're in the hot seat tonight, my friend. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for drinking with me.
Oh, thank you for drinking with me.
Oh, yeah, well, someone had to, man. Game recognized game.
I mean, nobody had to. This is just a normal Monday for me.
I said I had to, okay? God.
I agree. You definitely did.
All right, cool. Thank you. I like this because this is where Savannah asks the golden question to all the YMB guests who come on.
Yeah.
Savannah,
welcome question.
Ask the question.
Why did you choose Tokyo Ghost?
Yeah.
This is going to get so Sean Gordon Murphy heavy that if you don't like SGM, I mean, unfriend me first, but get out.
Okay, give me 1 second while I do that.
No worries. I mean, take your time.
I'm just kidding. Go. Sell me it.
All right on. So, back in the early stages of YMB, I had found Kirk on Twitter. We would bullshit from time to time. He turned me on to Chrononauts, which, not a huge fan of the story.
Great art,
but the art, some of the best. Some of the goddamn best. So I started following Sean because I was also doing my own indie comics and found out he published Punk Rock Jesus, which Punk Rock Jesus is possibly one of my absolute favorite stories. This trade alone is on newsprint. You can find it on the internet, and you should because it's fucking phenomenal. The art is so good. He wrote the story, drew it. It's what I'm doing with my own story, so it was just a good place to jump in. Once I read Punk Rock Jesus, I was in for Sean Gordon Murphy for the rest of my life. He also did Off-Road. This was one of his first published. It's really... It's a fun little scamp with friends, so check that out also. But shortly after Chrononauts was done, he started posting work in progresses of Tokyo Ghost, and I was fucking sold. I have the top knot in remembrance of Teddy.
Aww.
Because it's such a beautiful story. I believe one of his first tweets with the work in progresses was that if you're looking for cyberpunk romance, this is your title. And as soon as I picked up the first issue, I mean, I will honor this till the day I die. In case you're wondering, this is the Forbidden Planet variant, which also came with this bad boy.
That is pretty. That's fucking pretty.
Signed bookplate by Sean Gordon Murphy, and it's like, come on. The story, if you can tell from my wall, it almost feels like an updated Berserk, almost.
Okay.
It's so poetically brutal and romantic at the same, which swing of the sword. It finds them. I suppose I should tell the story, a little about the story, I guess. So the story follows Led Dent and Deborah Decay. They are constables in the year 2044, something like that. But in the future, they're the modern police. The police have been privatized, and basically they are glorified street thugs. And Debbie is looking for a way to be rid of that lifestyle. Everybody is so technology riddled that it consumes them. Everybody is is basically plugged in 24/7, watching 8 shows at a time. And it's basically what our society is becoming very quickly. And Debbie is the one lone person that's never injected technology or even used tech. So she's looking for a safe haven, and she's heard whispers of this place called Tokyo, where they don't have any technology. So she works out a deal to be rid of the lifestyle. They have one last bounty to collect, which is Davy Trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find Davy Trauma. He is so riddled with technology that he can tap into anybody that's using. He is basically the personified internet. So the first issue, they have to catch him, and if they catch him, they're released and they're free to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it.
Dude, so you basically just gave us like a whole lot there, because Tokyo Ghost is I love how you described it as poetic, and there are times when the comic gets kind of gruesome and graphic, but I feel that was needed in order to get across the point that Remender was trying to get, to the reader. So I think poetic was maybe the best way you could have described this comic book, despite the fact that it is definitely a mature audience read. And dude, good call on that. Do you think, because I've read in interviews that Remender said that he kind of wrote this comic and he wrote some of the things in it because he was kind of calling himself out on how much he relies on technology today. Do you think there's something like, one, I mean, where do you think Remender was coming from when he decided to do that? And do you think there's something that we can all kind of take away from this story with that in mind?
Think of your last interaction with a human person, and did they even, could you go the whole conversation without them touching their phone?
Wow, fucking nailed it, dude. I mean, good call.
It's honestly the society we are very, scarily close to.
Yeah. I think in some ways when Remender calls himself out, he's kind of calling all of us out. And there's some parts of this book that kind of serve as a cautionary tale, even though it's definitely very much a cyberpunk dystopian story. That there is a lot here where our reliance on technology, social media, the Facebooks and the Twitters and the Twitches, which I totally would call myself out on, definitely feeds moments of narcissism, because we're also constantly looking for the likes and the validation online, though sometimes it's maybe kind of empty. Also kind of like the false idea that people latch onto when you create who you are online. I see that a lot with the mayor. Was it the mayor or the governor that was the kind of
I think he was just a head of a corporation.
Right.
It was just flat corporation.
Yeah. I mean, he's everywhere he goes. Like, people are drinking his bathwater, and he's giving an interview while he's also getting a blowjob. Like, it's just, he's all about the self and projecting why people should be worshiping at his feet. And he, to a certain extent, is using all the technology in this world to kind of enslave and entrap people, and also build this image of himself in these people's minds. Go for it.
No, absolutely. I think, the big point is this was done it was started in 2015, it went through 2016, and there's so much cautionary things that we should have looked out for last year that we completely just washed over.
Ooh,
And,
I love you for tying it in. Yeah.
I'll call it out.
As a cautionary tale, I think a lot of the themes that he was talking about.
You have this.
Yeah.
I mean, you have this head of this corporation that's never been in politics.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically the leader of. I don't know if he's the whole world, but definitely LA area. And this could definitely be a escape from LA area type situation where it's never explained how much of a reach LA has, but this guy is definitely the runner of all the little puppets inside.
Right.
And it's very telling of what our government kind of is right now.
Cool.
It's all ran by corporations.
It's almost like it accidentally predicted this.
Yeah.
It's like, whoops, sorry guys. Let's kind of throw it to the chat really quickly, and also to Ian and Savannah, because I was so excited to talk to Ox about this tonight, because this was genuinely one of my favorite series from last year. Guys, Ian, Savannah, chat, chime in. What did you think of Tokyo Ghost? This is the second time we've done this.
Yeah. I mean, Tokyo Ghost fucking killed me. The story, the way that he goes through the backstory from her perspective and how in love with him she is and how willing she is to fight for him, knowing that like 99.9% knowing that he's lost. She keeps setting herself up with these goals. And Ian really had a strong dislike for this character in the beginning because of the way that she keeps just seem like, okay, if he does this, that means he's really gone. Or if he does this, that means he's really gone now. And she would keep taking him back and forgiving all the things that he would do that were really horrible. And it's really, really heartbreaking because the parts that he is good, it's perfect. And then it goes from like perfect to fucked up so fast. And it's so up and down through the whole thing. It's like, it's hard. I think there's 2 trades, Mike.
Yeah. It's 10 issues long. It's not very long.
It's a beautiful story.
It's a good weekend read if you like. You could finish it in a weekend.
And it's so funny that Savannah mentioned that, because I wanted to throw it out to Ian, because like Ian had some really great insights the first time we read this about the relationship that the 2 main characters have, and I kind of want him to reiterate some of that.
Okay.
Now that he's read the rest of it, though.
I haven't read the rest of it, though.
Or wait, you went all the way to 8, though, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you read more. I remember that you read more and you kind of changed a little what you were thinking.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just talk about like what I loved about this story, and it goes back to Kirk's point of it being a cautionary tale. This story, after I read it, it actually did affect like my actual life. Like I made some decisions based on the fact that I read Tokyo Ghost. Some of the things that I do want to touch on before I talk about that is how they dealt with a lot of the things that are going on right now, like this I call it like cruel culture, which is like, you know, those like stupid like YouTube videos that people film being cruel to other people to get views.
Oh yeah.
And in Tokyo Ghost, they take it to that next level to where they are literally beating the homeless and beating defenseless people and film it to get hits online. And how far are we from that, really? We're already doing that. There have been many horror stories that have come from this YouTube, you know, this aspect of YouTube.
Right.
And, you know, it was really telling seeing that, in addition to just like addiction to technology. It's something that I see today. So I've met people in the past that I've seen it especially in the World of Warcraft community. Like people will play for weeks at a time sometimes, and I'm just like what's your?
Can I pause you right there for half a second?
Sure.
In the chat right now is one of my closest friends. He goes by Cleric313.
Is it former roommate?
He is that's not Luke. He is a former roommate. He got me into WoW, and we both got so immersed.
Oh,
like,
no.
We know that addiction.
No, it's something that happens. like this virtual reality becomes these person's actual world, and it's scary. Like that's where their time goes, their money goes, their everything goes. You know, it's really scary, and it affected me in a way, especially when there's this scene where I believe is the constable's mother when he's a child. She's like literally strapped onto this like metallic pleasure suit that she never leaves. Like she never takes it off, and she's always just like sedentary on her couch, and it's scary. And I had recently gotten virtual reality glasses, and I literally returned my virtual reality glasses because I didn't want to become that. I didn't want to become this woman who had never left her couch and was always connected and was wearing this weird fucking pleasure suit that really fucked with my brain. But
wow.
And seriously, like, there's this thing coming out of her coochie, like, it's really intense.
It is really.
I mean, it's a drill.
And I was like, I don't want to.
It's meant to be horrifying, and it is fucking horrifying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so like after I realized that I was kind of like, after I got the glasses and it kind of reminded me of that, like I returned that shit so quick. Like I was like, I don't want that to be my life. I want to work for my porn,
like,
you know? I want to work for my pleasure.
I remember I was like, Ian, so how's that thing? He's like, I took it back. I said no.
Right.
Like, no hesitation.
Yeah, like it was really scary. So like there is a lot to learn here because it kind of forces you to face the harsh realities that we're living in right now. And it covers a variety of things. Like it covers technology, social media, politics. Like this book is one to read, and it's not that short, and it covers a vast variety of topics that if you're not interested in most of them, you'll at least get one thing out of this.
Right.
And just to move to the only one thing that I didn't like, but Ox and Savannah helped me understand it and accept it, is the fact that the female lead cannot quit this guy who treats her like shit and makes wrong decision after wrong decision after wrong decision. I personally don't like my female characters to be dependent on a man. Automatically right there, that shuts me down to them. But in this world where everybody is addicted to everything else, she's not immune to it, and she's addicted to love to this guy.
See, I don't see it as her being dependent to him. I feel like she won't leave him because she knows
It'd be irresponsible.
He needs her as much as she needs him.
But
she knows they're like supposed to be together.
But because a man needs you, you have to stay with him? I don't see that.
Well, remember, there's a part in the book where she says, "How can you love someone and let them drown?" Remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
That is like the moral of the whole like first half of the book, when she's explaining their backstory and how everything happened between them, and it's so fucking sad. Just it rips your fucking guts out.
Yeah.
Very.
Now, here's the weird part. It's not weird. I just need to kind of. I side with Ian on this. I kept getting angry at her about.
Oh, so angry.
Dude, it's a codependent relationship, and I kept getting frustrated. Because, I mean, obviously, I would love it if I met somebody who was just like, I'm gonna fucking fight for you like that. At the same time, I hope that I never become that person where, like, okay, I'll change. You know what I mean? Like, and then I never change. Like, it's...
I hear what you're saying, but I believe I've already laid my hooks, so...
There's
two sides. Like, if you were in this person's shoes or if you were in this person's shoes, like, you don't want to be either, but it's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the
it is honestly both such extremes of the current situation, is where one doesn't have any technology and one is so dependent on technology for everything he does that...
Right.
She sees it like a disease. Like, that's not somebody else. And even right at the beginning of the book, she says, this person is dead, and this is who it is now. But I know that dead person can be brought out. And she does get him out, and then he goes right back. But, like...
Exactly. But, like, when... And like I said, that thing is so... It's so personal to me. Like, I don't think anybody else would have that type of reaction but me. And it's something...
yeah, Lion Cat. The
Oh yeah,
Aqua.
Lion Cat. Lion Cat was in the book.
I missed that. Is that really Lion Cat?
I did too. I saw it for the first time last night.
Guys, that's the first time you saw it?
Wait, Tokyo Ghost takes place?
I saw it the first time, but I never realized it because I got through Saga back in December. So.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so are you saying that Saga and Tokyo Ghost take place in the same universe?
No, it's just a cameo.
No. I think he just drew it in honor of.
SGM is friends. Yeah, they're just friends.
Oh,
They're awesome.
But it was so great because that was the first moment they got to Tokyo, and he was basically lying to the people about who he was, and then Lion Cat was just staring at him down. I was like, "Come on, say
all right."
Lights.
So I really want a couple of really good points in the chat that I want to bring up really quickly. Delight Deliria, my friend Bridget, I love you. How you doing, sweetheart? I'm so fat. She says it's about each human's balance and how much they want, which I kind of thought was a really great point. Also, Mike the Mutant is saying, but that's the plot, though. It's trying to teach you. That's someone's reality, and maybe the book helped them. If they happen to get their hands on the book, that is. But, this book learns you.
It learns you right the fuck up. Yes.
It learns you good.
Yes, it do.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Oh yeah, it has some absolutely great lessons. Like at the end, or right at the beginning of the 5th issue, someone's passing, and she's telling her son that a painful truth is superior to comfortable lies, and I think that's so ridiculously needed for this world. Like, it's easy to get comfortable with people lying straight to your face, but I'd much rather choose painful truths.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. Just lie to me all the time, please.
He's just like, yes.
Yes.
That's fair.
Dude, guys, we got fucking deep on Tokyo Ghost tonight.
Yeah, we did.
That was good. Oh, man.
Also, if you're an artist, you need to get this this is the full-size artist proof. It's 11 by 17, and it's gorgeous. Like, I've learned so much from SGM's style just looking through this. Like, I didn't even realize that inking with a thumbnail, or like a thumb to use your fingerprint, was an option. And, like, it's so well mapped out. Like, just looking at the inks of it all.
Yeah. So here's the cool thing about Sean Gordon is that his art is fucking amazing, and I love the fact that for as in demand as he is, I love the choices he makes in his projects. Everyone's been clamoring for him to do Batman stories, and he did collaborate with Scott Snyder on a couple of stories.
God, he does.
But that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, and we'll finally get to see some mainstream work from him. But what?
Oh wait, I gotta show you something.
He's got more swag.
Yeah, SGM Batmobile is what is up.
Oh yeah, it is.
So if you haven't checked it out, this is Sean Gordon Murphy's sketchbook. You can find it on his Big Cartel site, I believe. I backed it because obviously,
right.
But there's something I have to show you guys in here because it's incredible. Ian will love it. So.
Well, he's looking for that. I really do love the choices that he's made in comics. I like that he does predominantly independent titles right now. But he also did The Wake with Scott Snyder.
Scott Snyder, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I love that. That was really good. I'm trying to think of other. He did Cosmonauts, which the art was amazing. The story was like, eh. What is it?
This is Steampunk Superman.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
I love that.
But even better than that is
Naked Superman. Just kidding.
Oh, Jesus. I would read the fuck out of that comic book, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's the Justice League I want.
Oh, bring back Elseworlds and have Sean do it. Oh, my God.
I mean, he's exclusive with DC for 2 years, so hopefully he does it.
You see what happens.
Another awesome humble brag is because I backed it, I also got this little sketch he did of Debbie
Aww.
And there's at least one point that he's written my name. So.
Wow.
I kind of want to close up this conversation, and also kind of talk about your stuff really quickly. Who would you recommend this comic book to? And the reason I asked that, yeah, well, I saw that coming. All right.
Okay, the easiest way I can describe it is it's similar to The Walking Dead Season 1.
Okay.
Where, because my comic is set in the zombie apocalypse. But that first season
I thought he was talking about Tokyo Ghost.
Oh, no,
about...
Hold on, I'm talking about Tokyo Ghost. Who would you recommend Tokyo Ghost to?
I mean, that's everybody, duh.
Oh, okay, well, then... All right, and that... Okay.
No. I mean, it is a very... Even though it only has a few moments, it's one of the most romantic stories I have in my favorites.
Well, can I sell it really quick?
So,
the way I sell it?
Yeah.
I sell it by telling people this one guy gets decapitated and then is forced to give himself a blowjob. So if you like that type of shit, you pick up Tokyo Ghost.
I mean, he's not wrong.
But truthfully, though, that character had it coming because it went back earlier in my conversation. I was saying, like, the guy was a total narcissist and would probably suck his own dick if he could. And guess what?
He did.
Yeah, he ended up doing it. Which is why I was like, oh, dude, it's a super violent scene. It also was very poetic. It made a lot of sense to what was going on in the story and the character arc. So, yeah. Okay, so, Ox, this is the other cool thing, because I really do want to talk about really quickly and give you the shout-out. You write and draw and do your own comic book.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
I want you to pimp it out for me. What is it called?
It is called I Never Forgot. Currently I have, like I said, the 7th issue just got to my doorstep this last week. So I have 7 issues. I have the first trade that covers issue 1 through 4.
He has a trade out, people.
Yeah. Also, another cool thing about Tokyo Ghost is in my 6th issue, I was actually able to pimp out Tokyo Ghost 2 and, like, how it's affected me writing this story, too, and, like, just giving him a shout-out. And if you've checked my Twitter and stuff, you've also seen Remender holding my book, and it's, like, that was the best moment of last year, and it's, like, it's hard to beat moments like that.
Dude, that's so awesome. And tell everyone what's it. Dude, that's so cool. Tell everyone what it's about.
So, like I was saying, it's set in the zombie apocalypse. It's following a drifter wanting to accomplish one last goal before he can pass along happily. The thing I say about the first season of Walking Dead is because that season was so much about intent and purpose, and like you saw the end goal, what they were working towards, and it's not quite clear what the end goal is, but I've been to drop hints along the way.
Okay.
And currently, I'm in the middle of the love arc. The trust arc is the first trade. I honestly am falling in love with the story that I'm writing as I write it, because with doing all the art and knowing the story, like knowing where it's going, I've only gotten better. Like that first issue is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. But it's gotten better, and here, let me show you some of.
Well, dude, you got to start somewhere, dude. I want to make comic books. I don't have one yet. You've got 7 issues. Oh, that's great.
Slowly getting better, and like I'm just so happy that I'm able to, in a position that I'm able to create my own work and like put it out, and like.
Well, I want to ask you, dude. 1, you should be proud of yourself. 2, genuinely jealous. 3, you're kind of an inspiration, because I told Ian like I want to start writing again, and I've kind of got an idea for some stuff I want to do. But I kind of look at what you do. And as a huge inspiration for a lot of the creators that we actually have in YMB, because there's a lot of them there, and just you had to start somewhere, and I love the fact that you just dove right into it, and that's fucking awesome. I want you can get on Comixology, can't you?
The first 6 issues are available right now. They're $1 each. I would say if you're using Comixology to use page view, not the guided view, because there's a few parts where it gets wonky.
Okay.
But yeah, it's available. 7 should be available in a month or so.
And then the other thing, another reason why you're kind of my fucking hero, is that when you've got a Kickstarter, and 2, you will go to the bar and pimp out your shit, don't you?
That's amazing.
Honestly, I'll be there Saturday, having drinks and slinging comics again.
Dude, guys, check out the hustle on this guy. He catches a buzz and goes to the bar and, like, will totally hustle his comic book out to sell.
Honestly, if you're a creator and you want to figure out how to, like, steps to get into it, I'm easy to talk to. I will bullshit around with you for a little, but if you're serious, I can be serious with you and help you figure out some next steps that you need to do. So,
okay, guys, there you go. Oh, and by the way, pimp out the Kickstarter.
First, find me on Twitter. That's the easiest way to find me. I don't have a current Kickstarter right now, but probably in the next month I'll be running the 8th issues Kickstarter. And
give everyone your Twitter handle.
I'm Samuraiox there. You can find me on all social media besides Twitch. Twitch, I'm Berserkox, but I'm Samuraiox everywhere else. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, guys, round of applause for Ox. He's Ghost.
Come on. It's too good.
Shut up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, I think, what else do we need to talk about tonight? Because I'm getting a little teary-eyed.
You 3 were going to talk about Justice League trailer.
Oh, we should end the show on the Justice League trailer really quickly.
Oh, Kirk, I checked out Legion.
Oh, is it good? Bad? Awesome?